Well, the new album, our first album, The Light Within, is less than a month away. By the time this goes out, it'll probably be less than 2 weeks away. So hopefully this gets people that much more excited. Because as I may have mentioned before, it's an amazing album.
Thank you so much.
You seem so surprised that I said that. Like I've never
I am
said it.
so surprised. Yeah.
So again, how long had you been working on this material?
We've been working on this material for a year, not longer, because we are, or actually, I am a very impatient person, so I wanted to have it as soon as possible, and we finished the recording in the end of the last year, and it took some time, to make all the process to, make the mix and mastering. Jacob Hansen did it, and because we are a brand new band, it took some time for Metal Blade also to prepare all the promotion. So yeah, and then COVID came, so it just took some time.
Yeah, and lyrically, I believe you're influenced by sculptures on this album.
How did you know that?
I do my homework.
Oh, I'm so impressed.
Nobody else is going to understand why we're laughing.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Welcome. Sorry. Can you tell us more about the sculptures that influenced you behind this, and the translation between sculptures and art in general into music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it came into my mind. I guess the very beginning was when I've seen one sculpture in Prague. It's really creepy but also beautiful, and every time I was walking, I was passing by this art, I was so amazed what I felt, like it was so strong I couldn't really describe it, and I just realized that this is what art should do with you. If you can feel this connection, that's really really nice, and then it means that the art is really well made. And I can see the connection. Music is also art, and so I wanted to connect these pieces, and I wanted to actually show people what I feel when I see those sculptures. So yeah, that's how it began.
Cool. We'll probably laugh a little bit less from now on. So how does the title, The Light Within, relate to those sculptures, if at all?
Well, all these sculptures, I think all of them, the whole album is about humanity. The concept is about our emotions, the real life, or it doesn't have to be real, but it's something that we experience, like all of us emotionally. Yeah. And I think it took some time for us to come up with that name. We had no idea how we should call the album, and we were thinking about too much, and then we were like, okay, what to do now? And we just realized that the first song is Reveal the Light Within. And I think it was Harry who pointed out, hey, so maybe we can just stick with the light within, because that's what that's also part of the message we want to give to people, to don't be afraid, and show the light each of us carry inside, so I think this is the story behind it.
Yeah, I think that the title works very well with the album artwork as well, because it is quite dark, like literally, but there's also that the light within. I swear I'm more eloquent sometimes, but
I love it, to be honest.
I'm glad, because this could have gone really badly otherwise. So for those who haven't seen the artwork, it's kind of like like a dark background with this really pretty lady on it. I don't know who she is. And
It's Harry.
oh, it's Harry. Yeah, he's shaved. So
Yeah.
yeah. So when you were doing the photography for this artwork and the cover and everything, was it very much you wanted it to? I don't like to use the word obvious, but it's very clearly relate the message to the title of the album. Was that the goal all along?
Yes. Well, the funny thing is that we made this picture long time before we had some music.
Okay.
So I knew, well, I guess maybe we had one song maximum, but I knew that I want to make album. I knew I want to make a band.
Yeah.
And I also knew that I already had this idea of the motive or of the stories behind. And because I'm a very positive person in general, and I just like to share it with others. I knew that also there is going to be something like the darkness, which is quite common in metal music, right?
Yeah.
But I want to point it out on that light, on that nice things we carry inside. So yeah, I just had this idea. Okay, so let's make a very simple picture of me or Harry, whatever, whoever, and yeah, let's then it turned out, hey, it is going to be actually about sculpture, so let's make a that I'm turning into a sculpture, that something inside me is kind of dying. But on the other hand, that's why I wanted to put this this rose like growing from my heart, like that I'm dying, but it's up to everyone, each of us, to choose the light, to really catch the to find the hope and have
Yeah.
this rose growing from the darkness. So
Yeah, and then like you said, or like I say, it kind of relates to the album title itself, even before you had the album title. And it's great, you know, there's because at a time when it's very, very easy to be negative and miserable, especially if you live in England. The you seen our weather? The the bands that are willing to put out a more positive um, spin, or not even spin, a more positive message. I think that kind of puts more of a spotlight on you in a way, because when everyone's feeling so miserable, there's Surma or Eileen or bands like that that are still putting a message out there, and it can really lift people up. So.
But I really hope so, that it's going to work like that.
Well, of course, you've done the music video as well for Until It Rains Again. And I mean, like I said before we started recording, I'm not a great symphonic metal lover, if you want to call this symphonic metal, because there's obviously elements to it, but it's a little bit different. But the video is great, and the song is awesome. And so I was quite surprised in listening to the album, because I thought they're not going to top that. That's such a good song. They're not going to top that. But there is lots of great surprises on there. Getting back to the video, exactly. When was the video recorded?
It was recorded on July.
Oh, okay, not too long.
Yeah, it's not so long time ago. And the funny thing is that it was not really easy to plan.
No.
We had no idea what was going to happen, and we didn't know our drummer. We met our drummer right the day of the recording. So it was quite fun. I really enjoyed it.
How did he come to join the band then, if you hadn't worked with them before?
We were looking for a drummer for a long time. First we were on tour and we had just guest musicians.
Yeah.
And I don't like that concept. I really always wanted to have a band like a family. So we were looking for permanent members, and but there is somehow real problem with drummers. You know, if you're a good drummer, you're already taken and busy.
Yeah.
And if you are not taken, something is wrong with you. So Um, Alex is taken, but not so busy with other bands, thankfully. So our manager actually found him, and I'm very glad he did, because yeah, it was really difficult.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting thing to say then, where you'd rather have, you know, permanent band members, because obviously Harry's busy with Tia. I assume that's how it's pronounced. I've only seen it written.
I can't even pronounce Harry correctly. Don't worry.
Well, I thought it was Harry, and then I was like, okay, if you say Harry, I'll say Harry. You know him better than I do. I've only seen the picture of the album. So with him having Tia to work on, and I believe you're both still active in Bohemian Metal Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's mostly me. Harry is not there anymore. Not actively. Yeah.
Okay. So that being the case, then how do you expect Harry to split to be a permanent member of both bands? Obviously, both bands are going to have downtime at points, but
yeah, of course, I expect, or we settle this down, that of course he has Tier longer, and it's his priority. I mean, I get it. I came like after many years, like grabbing him and, hey, let's have a band together. Yeah, okay, it was not like this, but but in short. And so I don't expect anything else. But for me personally, it is a priority. And because we have the same management, I believe we are going to make it work in matter of touring and other stuff. So I really hope it's going to work.
Me too. It's interesting then, having, you know, a band, and like you say, you want to have permanent members and things like that. Because I think some people are a little bit confused as to whether it's, you know, a full-time band or if it's a solo project. Because of course, the name of the band comes from your name. You've put so much work into the album and the band as a whole. So it's almost a question then: is it a band or is it a solo project, or is it like Dio, a bit of both?
You know, this is. I mean, you can call it whatever you like.
Okay.
It's really. I never seen the real. Okay, I see the difference, but for me personally, it's a band, and I would love to have it as a band, as a real group of people that is working as much as possible. But I believe maybe for Harry it's more like a project. You know, it depends on the perspective you have.
Okay, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Well, as we touched on before, and unfortunately I'm bringing this up with everybody that I interviewed, but there's no escape. COVID has hit the world.
Oh no, this again.
Yeah. So you know what I'm going to ask now? How badly has it affected the plans for the album?
Actually, no, it's actually bad right now here in Czechia again. I really planned, and I had booked club. I wanted to make the release release concert, and the very first concert, you know, like a band, and celebrate our debut album with friends and other people, and invite some media. But everything is completely closed here again. We have a lockdown again, and even singing is forbidden, like literally. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yep. They got pretty crazy here, so I have no job and no plans right now.
Shit. Which is why it's important to buy the album.
Yes, exactly.
Don't just buy the
visit
album.
our store
Buy T-shirts, buy everything. Just
yeah, please buy completely everything.
this is a call to arms. Everybody help out.
No, it's
So,
actually very necessary to listen to music and support the music business right now, because it's getting so much difficult.
yeah. Well, I was talking with John Bush from Ahmed Saint and Anthrax a couple of days ago,
Mhm.
and we were kind of talking about that. He was saying he doesn't understand how anyone can think like, oh, it's music is free, because it's not free to make. You
Oh
know, it's
no.
not free to put together or anything like that. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I can proudly say I've never illegally downloaded an album in my life. Movies,
Wow.
a bit different, but
If you say so, okay.
well, I would assume that you've begun making plans for once everything dies down, how to take Surma forward, that kind of thing. Obviously, you can't really book shows right now. I know there's some countries where they're playing socially distant shows, like in Germany, for example, and I think Denmark are doing it as well.
Yeah.
Um, is that something you're thinking of doing right now? Like maybe trying to get into Germany and do some shows like that, or excuse me, or even while you've got the downtime, working on more material.
Well, everything is quite. It's more difficult than it seems, actually, because to travel somewhere from here, it's you have to make tests, and tests are expensive, and you know everything is so uncertain right now that I don't think even any promoter would put faith in us abroad when no one really knows us yet.
Mm.
um, and this concert preparation, it would cost so much money right now, which we don't have, because again, we are in the very beginning.
Yeah.
So what makes sense for us is just to wait and try to think of some online content, and plan some tour on next year, but
Mm.
nothing really right now, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, because if you, like you say, if even singing is forbidden in Czechia right now, then you can't, I would imagine, even do like a live stream show from the rehearsal space, because the police will be
Because it's
there.
forbidden. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
which
crazy is that, right?
that is mental. That is unbelievable to me.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, I will say Monochrad van de Huy, and I'll say that badly. And
No, it was really good, actually.
oh, thank you very much. That's the only Czech I can speak. Um, um, but yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And as soon as this is done, I'm going to listen to the rest of the album, and then I'm going to pre-order it, because it's important to support bands right now. God damn it!
Oh yeah, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
My sainthood's
Thank
in the
you.
post.
you know, um, God will forgive you for all the downloaded movies and stuff if you are going to pre-order our album right now.
Okay, maybe I'll download some Christian movies too, and then use like,
Yeah,
well.
that's fine too. Yeah, I heard.
Thank you again, Victoria. It's been so nice to speak to you, and you have a beautiful evening.
You too.